Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad, in fact, very, very glad to be your midst at this time. Okay, so quickly, still on the Ooni Of Ife stories that are coming out at this time. I'm sure you guys have been thoroughly entertained, by the pictures, the videos, the stories that have been coming out of Akure, for the past 2, 3 days now. Okay, and I'm so glad, particularly as a QueenNaomi fan, seeing those beautiful pictures and beautiful stories that are coming out. And so, what we are hearing at this time is what the Pan Yoruba group, otherwise known as the Yoruba Council worldwide, what they are saying. So, the Pan Yoruba group, otherwise known as the Yoruba Council worldwide, has formally congratulated Kabiyesi and Olori Naomi for listening to the voice of reason. Okay, and they went on to pay to pour special Encomium on Reverend Esther Ajayi, and the indefatigable, irrepressible, ageless elder statesman, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Okay, so making this declaration known was no other person than the president of the Pan Yoruba group, IRA barrister Olalekun Hassan. Okay, so what we are hearing at this time is that following those beautiful pictures and stories that came out of Akure, recently, especially the one that saw Ooni Of Ife, and Queen Naomi together with Tadenikao in the same under the same roof, same time, in public. That is what they are referring to. A lot of you may not understand why they are making this congratulation or salutation to the likes of Reverend Ajayi and Obasanjo. Those of you who don't understand, let me tell you guys that a lot of talking has been going on between the families of Queen Naomi, between Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi on one hand, and a lot of people, including this Pan Yoruba group, the Yoruba Council worldwide, they too they waded in and. Like we reported not too long ago, there were two set of committees. Reverend Esther Ajayi was, I think, handling one. Then elder statesman of Obasanjo, was also handling another one. And these two group, had great personalities like even Paropo himself. Okay, and it is the aggregate of this the effort all these people put in, especially the effort of our dear former president Obasanjo and Reverend Esther Ajayi, that culminated to that beautiful pictures and videos, that we saw, just few days ago. Okay, and I want to let you people know that this Pan Yoruba group, okay, if what we are hearing at this time is true, the Yoruba Council worldwide, they are this group that that serve the interests of Yorubas worldwide, and they too, like they had that summit for Obas, the other time, and traditional rulers, and you recall what they discussed. They want to strengthen the unity among Yorubas. They want to bring back Yoruba heritage back. They want to, I mean, just refocus the Yoruba, and they talked about also having the Yoruba laws, which will regulate the Yorubas worldwide, just like they have the Sharia law, okay, in northern Nigeria. So they have also said in that meeting they held that, okay, they will try and talk to the House of Assemblies of all the Western states through the state assemblies so that they can incorporate the laws of the Yorubas, in the constitution of Nigeria, okay, so that they are codified according to his words, okay. So what barrister Olaleku, seeing those pictures that came out the other day, I believe he too was extremely very happy. In fact, no one will see those videos, those pictures that will not be happy. So I think, this praise, he's praising Obasanjo and Reverend Esther particularly is in order, okay? Like I always say, you see, Reverend Esther Ajayi is a very, very staunch, very close friend of Ooni Of Ife. They've known back in the days. And she doesn't just know Ooni of Ife alone. She also knows our dear Queen Naomi. In fact, I call her the spiritual mother of Queen Naomi. Okay, and is their relationship is like a daughter and mother relationship. And one beautiful thing about Reverend Esther Ajayi is that she says it the way it is. She doesn't mince words, and she has always been there for both of them all through the journey from when Queen Naomi stepped into the palace that first time up to when the issues and the challenges kept coming. She has always been there, brokering peace here and there. In fact, I want to say that she's one reason why the whole situation did not escalate, more than the way it was. And it was due to her, effort together with our dear former president Olusegun Obasanjo that they were able to broker that peace that brought both of them under the same roof just a few days ago. So on the part of it's not like a lot of people have not been making effort. Paropo, our dear Paropo, has been talking to both of them. The great Yamifa has given advices here and there. The sacred forest custodian has done his own. Some of the palace chiefs, even the Gise elders, a lot of then don't forget the Deji of Akure, who is another very, very close friend of the Ooni of Ife. Okay, so these people they've done one thing or the other, trying to bring these two people together, and they've made a lot of inroads, up to when I think the whole thing climaxed with the committee that was set up that had former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Reverend Esther, sharing both sides. I think it is the aggregate of every effort that brought those two lovebirds together. So on the part of Obasanjo, let me tell you people something that you people may not understand. Obasanjo is a well-respected Nigerian, not just a well-respected Nigerian. He was a former president of this country, as a military man and as a civilian. So he's well-respected all over the world. And for a lot of you who don't know, Obasanjo has a special relationship with Paropo, that is Kabiesi's father. Let me even tell you something that a lot of you may not know. During the time that they were doing canvassing for who was going to be the next Oba of the next Ooni of Ife, it was on record as said by no other person than Obasanjo himself. In one of those openings that happened in Akure, Obasanjo, don't forget, he stood up and he narrated how Paropo had brought Ooni of Ife to see him. And when Paropo got there, what Paropo told Baba Obasanjo was that this is my candidate. He presented Kabiesi as his candidate. And what did Obasanjo say? Obasanjo replied by saying that if you say this is your Kabiesi, then this is the one chosen by the gods. And that was the highlight of the whole succession thing. That was the tonic. That was the turning point, that climaxed to KBC getting that position. So Obasanjo is not an ordinary person that will talk to KBC and KBC will not listen, or QueenNaomi and QueenNaomi will not listen. He's a force within the Yoruba race, okay? And don't forget when Obasanjo was in that gathering in Akure, Ooni of Ife stood up and he urged everyone to stand up and they were singing his praise, praying for him and everything. And in return, Obasanjo, actually, praised the Ooni for, creating projects all over the place, which will help alleviate poverty because this employment is creating everywhere. And he jokingly asked the Ooni at the end of the day that the next place he's going to come to is going to be Abeokuta, that he wants to see some of these things in Abeokuta. Okay. So at this time, I like the fact that the Pan Yoruba group, Yoruba Council worldwide, is coming out, to thank Reverend Esther Ajayi and our dear Obasanjo, for what they have done. I'm not saying those who have been talking to them have not done enough, but it is the totality of everything that climaxed in what Reverend Esther Ajayi and Obasanjo did just a few days ago. And I want to believe that this is the beginning of that great reunion that all of us have always envisaged. And it's looking like it is eventually going to happen, last. Okay? So this is what we are hearing at this time. And I want to thank the Yoruba Council worldwide, for coming to this. May God bless them as they continue to, foster unity among the Yoruba race. Okay, so this is where we leave it at this time. I just want to thank everyone who has always, be supporting this channel in terms of your contributions, your sharing of our videos, your liking of our videos, and most importantly, I see a lot of you who are subscribing. I so appreciate you for doing all this. Okay, and we keep promise you that as we hear these stories, we'll continue to bring them to your doorstep. God bless you. I'm going to see you very soon. Bye bye.